stop what you are doing right now, especially the internal conversation that tries to justify why they treated you that way. If there is noise around you, let the silence settle. What comes next is not background content. It demands all of you. You passed the test. You bore the weight of their silence. You endured the narrative they created about you, and they believed their own lie, thinking your kindness was an invitation for disrespect. They didn't understand the strength being forged within you. But this morning, in the heavenly court, the scales that weighed your patience were removed. The decree that upheld their illusion was revoked. You did not arrive here by algorithm. You arrived because you were marked to arrive. This is divine alignment, and what you survived was not meant to break you. It was meant to prepare you for this exact moment. Your kindness was mistaken for weakness for so long that you almost believed it. You gave, and they took. You yielded, and they advanced. You remained silent, and they interpreted it as consent. And in each of these moments, a small part of you wondered if the fault was yours. The mind that replays the same conversation at 3 a.m., trying to find a flaw in your own logic. The body that still reacts with a chill when that specific name appears on your phone screen. The money that seems to have a drain, coming in and disappearing before you can give it direction. The feeling of wearing heavy armor, even at home. There is something I will place in your hands before this message closes. Something Solomon recorded for the child of God who needs to cross the wall of misunderstanding, and it fits in your pocket. It is not a book to study, but an instrument to bear the weight of what you carry. I will return to this. For now, let it be. You became an expert at reading the room, anticipating needs, preventing conflicts before they began. A survival skill you learned, but which cost you your spontaneity. You live in a state of alert, a sentinel who never rests, because deep down, you know that one wrong step, one misplaced word, could reopen old wounds. And on that very subject, on the chill that runs down your spine when that name appears on the screen, I have already left the instrument waiting for you in the first pinned comment. If you need to leave before the end, it is there. But stay, because the Hebrew name for what is happening to you has not yet been spoken. Have you ever felt that this exhaustion, this fatigue from always being the good one, is not just human, but spiritual? What if this pattern of constant self-sacrifice is a sign that there is a battle against the purpose God has placed on your life? It was in seeking answers to this that I found this digital guide called the Solomon Code. This guide is not just a reading. It is a key to spiritual understanding, a tool made for those who wish to see beyond appearances, to stop treating kindness as a burden, and to understand why misunderstanding rises so forcefully against those who carry a mark of God. Many chosen ones here on the channel have felt the call of the code, but have not yet made the decision to download the digital guide. Download it right now. It is available in the first pinned comment. If you are one of the first to download, come back here and write Amen. This will be your act of faith. And today, God can show you the reason why your kindness was mistaken for weakness. There are 5 signs that your kindness was not just misinterpreted, but that it has become a spiritual target. The first is the involuntary vigil. This is when you wake up at 3 a.m., not with fear, but with a sharp clarity about people's intentions. What seems like insomnia is actually your spirit showing you the map of the enemy's territory. The second sign is empathy fatigue. You feel drained after conversations that should be trivial. You absorb others' negativity like a sponge, not because you are weak, but because your spirit is a lightning rod for the pain around you. The third sign is the sacred detour. People approach you with one intention, but end up telling you their deepest secrets, their fears, their failures. They don't know why. You become a walking confessional. What seems like a burden is actually a gift of healing being used without your conscious permission. And on that scene, on becoming a walking confessional for people who then use your own words against you, I have already left the instrument waiting for you in the first pinned comment. If you need to leave before the end, it is there. But stay, because the Hebrew name for what is happening to you has not yet been spoken. The fourth sign is unexplainable peace in the midst of chaos. While everyone around you is panicking, a supernatural calm descends upon you. It is not detachment, it is the authority of one who has seen the storm and knows who commands the winds. The fifth and final sign is the giver's loneliness. You give advice, time, resources, and when you are in need, silence is the answer, not because people are bad, but because few can give in the same measure as one born to overflow. To begin closing these breaches, I want to give you a tool today, the Joseph Inventory, based on Genesis, chapter 50, verse 20. Take paper and pen, or open a note on your phone. Divide it into 2 columns. In the first, write, "The evil they did to me." List without emotion the acts, the words, the absences. In the second column, write, "The good God generated from it." Perhaps the strength you didn't know you had, the resilience, the wisdom to identify a manipulator from miles away, the compassion for those who suffer the same pain. You look at both lists and declare aloud, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." The account is closed. And if you are feeling right now that this is exactly what you need, before I even continue, place your thumb now on the link in the first pinned comment. Don't click yet, just place your thumb there. Feel the weight of the decision before making the decision. This guide does not train you, it covers you, and the next time that name appears on your phone screen will come sooner than it seems. And it comes with 2 seals for your home. The first is the ritual of the righteous sleep. It is an audio. You do not read, you lie down. And what you used to call insomnia, today you will call an unsealed vigil. The second seal is the awakening of clarity, the 7 morning decrees. 7 sentences for you to cross the first hour of the day with the posture of one who has been sent, not one who has been run over. You have a 7-day unconditional guarantee. If in 7 days the instrument has not touched what needs to be touched in you, you send an email and get your money back. No questions asked, and the 2 seals remain with you. But I need to be direct. The real risk is not spending less than 2 coffees. The real risk is that phone ringing again and you still being empty-handed. And maybe you are asking yourself, but what if I forgave them? Doesn't that mean I have to let them do it all over again? Forgiving is releasing the debtor from their debt to you. Setting boundaries is closing the door so they don't incur a new one. How can I be strong without becoming bitter and cold like them? The strength that comes from God does not harden the heart, it firms the feet. You become firm, not cold. Isn't that being selfish? Thinking of myself first? Taking care of the garden God gave you is not selfishness, it's responsibility. A neglected garden bears no fruit for anyone. A 42-year-old mother, who always put her family first, started using the guide. In the first week, using the awakening of clarity, she wrote to me, "For the first time, I said no without feeling like I was abandoning my family." A 35-year-old IT professional, the nice guy of the team, sent me this sentence. "I used the Joseph Inventory on my boss. He didn't understand anything, but I left the meeting feeling at peace for the first time in years." A 55-year-old man, who cared for his parents and was exploited by his siblings, said, "The ritual of the righteous sleep made me stop dreaming about the past. Now I dream about the future." Maybe in 3 hours, you will be lying in bed, replaying a conversation from the day. And you will remember this video and still not have reached out. Maybe the next time that name appears on the screen, your heart will still race. Maybe at the next family gathering, you will still feel the need to justify yourself. And the cycle continues. The link is in the first pinned comment. For you, who needs to get through the next encounter with the instrument in hand, click now. And when you do, you are not buying a book. You are accepting an instrument that Solomon prepared for your ordinary day. And what you will understand next will change how you read everything that has happened so far. The Hebrew word that defines exactly what is happening to you is Yashar. Pronounce it with me in a low voice. Yashar. Yashar means upright, just, aligned. But it is not just that. It is the condition of something that was made to follow a straight path, without deviations. When your kindness is confused with weakness, your path is bent by the weight of others' expectations. Yashar is the act of God realigning your spiritual spine. And about this word it is written in Psalm 4 verse 8, "In peace I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety." It is not a promise of the future, it is a declaration of state. Joseph in the Old Testament was a Yashar man. His brothers, consumed by envy, sold him as a slave. They saw his dreams and his colored tunic, and confused his divine favor with arrogance. In Egypt, he was falsely accused and thrown into prison. At all times, he could have become crooked, bitter, vengeful. But he remained aligned. The instrument he used was the faith that God was weaving a larger tapestry. The operation of this instrument was daily. He managed Potiphar's house, then the prison, with the same integrity. The turning point came not when he left prison, but when he understood why he had been there. Years later, standing as governor of Egypt, he looked at his terrified brothers and said, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." And what Joseph had to improvise in prison, you can now do with a guide in hand. The instrument that Solomon recorded is the same one waiting for you in the first pinned comment. Let me put everything in simple words. Fact 1. There is a spirit that feeds on confusing kindness with weakness. Fact 2. It does this by isolating you in your own perception, making you believe you are the only one who feels this way. Fact 3. Joseph was the target of this same attack. Fact 4. Your hesitation, which you call prudence, is exactly what this spirit needs to convince you to give up the next time that name flashes on the screen. There are 3 types of calling being tested now. You are one of these 3. The first is the bridge builder. You connect people, but your bridges are used as escape routes by those who do not want to pay the toll. The second is the keeper of the silence. You observe and absorb, but your silence is mistaken for consent. The third is the light bearer. Your light exposes the darkness of others who react by trying to extinguish you. About your type, heaven has sealed 3 names. The first, architect of selective walls. Solomon's instrument teaches you where your garden ends and the wilderness of others begins. The second, guardian of your own harvest. You learn to protect your fruits from the plague of ingratitude. The third, ambassador of your own joy. You no longer allow the unhappiness of others to dictate the terms of your peace. If one of these names struck you more forcefully, write the number below. 1, 2, or 3. For each name, the adversary has a tactic. For the architect, guilt. For the guardian, doubt. For the ambassador, the fear of being selfish. And the guide gives you the counter-weapons. But there is one last obstacle, the fear of appearing ungrateful. Thinking that by accepting an instrument, you are telling God that what He has already done was not enough. It is false piety. It is pride dressed as humility. Now close your eyes, place your right hand on your chest and repeat with me in a low voice, "Father, I give you the weariness. I now receive the 3 names sealed upon me, architect of selective walls, guardian of your own harvest, ambassador of your own joy." Not to show off, but to remember. And before the voice that comes now, if this strikes you, write below, "I receive the turning point." And now the Father's voice. Listen, son, daughter, I saw you. I saw you in that difficult conversation, in that painful silence. I never lost sight of you. The chair at my table with your name on it has never been unoccupied. You have permission to receive what you have not earned. You have permission to occupy the chair without having to justify. You have permission to let die the version of you that needed to suffer to feel worthy. Solomon prepared this instrument for those who are tired, and the one who is tired is you. I now extend my hand and decree a covering of sealing over your house, over your children, over your work. You are committed. You are commissioned. You are sent. You are committed. You are commissioned. You are sent. You are committed. You are commissioned. You are sent. There is a long table and a chair with the shape of you carved into it. Solomon nods his head. We were waiting for you. You are not creating this scene. You are remembering it. Now you can say, Amen. The Solomon Code is waiting for you in the first pinned comment with the ritual of sleep and the 7 morning decrees, for less than 2 coffees, because a guardian of your own harvest without cover rots the next time that name appears on the screen. It is not an expense, it is an instrument, with a 7-day guarantee. The risk is ours. The hand is yours. Click now. In the next 3 hours, it will speak within you. You are being proud. They are your family. You can't just turn your back. Now is not the time. Do you really need to spend money on this? Who do you think you are? 5 waves. Today, not later. Today. And Solomon will stand with you. Think of one specific person who needs the same sealing you just received. Send this video to them. If you made it to the end, comment, Amen received. It is done. You are not the same person. You are deeply loved. The chair is yours, and so it is sealed. May the wisdom from above be your ground today. May your soul find rest. Until the next meeting.